I don't know what day it is today, but it is episode 6.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
2 Degrees of Separation
Hey,
with your hosts, me, Eli, and...
Jacob.
But can you prove it?
No. Not anymore.
Wow.
AI has got the best of me.
Yeah, I remember the DJ Khaled conversation we had, so...
Dude.
That...
Dude.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that one. Yeah, so this week on 2 Degrees of Separation, we're going to be talking about just a bunch of stuff that is...
A whole lot of stuff.
Of course, gonna be scary, because it's October, and that's it.
And that's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about. That's
how
where
I
we at.
feel.
That's how I feel. So the I need to talk about this one, and this has got to be the first topic of today.
Oh boy,
big feets.
Big feet. Pride feet.
Big feet.
Pride feet.
What is it in Lord of the Rings? Proud feet.
Dude.
Bigfoot. There was an episode. No, there was a video that came out that's circulating the internet of Sir
Squats a lot, dude. Sir Squats a lot.
Sir Squats a lot.
Lord Squat lot.
Yeah, apparently there is a video floating around of, I don't even know where where he was spotted. It was off at some...
I thought I read Birmingham or something. A train between two places.
Birmingham, like Alabama?
I mean, Birmingham. Shout out that one song
close.
Tyler had.
Just not even close. It was a steam engine train from Durango to Silverton.
Dude, I was so close. Dude,
cutting through the San Juan National Forest.
On a map, they're like right next to each other. On a map, they are right next to each other.
Shout out Sam Squanch, you know?
Dude. Big and hairy. Big and hairy.
Yeah, so that had to be the first topic today because Bigfoot has been sighted. I repeat, Bigfoot has been sighted for like the millionth time.
Dude,
and
I
it'll
know
probably
Bigfoot.
Be debunked.
I'm friends with Bigfoot. We hang out regularly. Bigfoot was at my house last week.
I'm waiting for a meme to come in here, but I don't think it's happening.
It's not. It's legit, I swear. No, last month, actually.
Oh, okay. Jacob and I were talking about, there was this movie. There's a bunch of Sasquatch movies, okay? Of course. There's a bunch. There's a ton of them. As kids, there is this movie that we both watched that it flew under the radar because I really don't know anybody else that has watched this. And it's called Sasquatch Gang. And it's hilarious.
Dude, it's great.
Another movie with what's his name? Justin Long, right? Yeah.
Justin Long.
And he plays a guy. His name is Zerk, right?
Yeah, I think Zerk.
Yeah, and in that movie, is there anything really to do with Sasquatch at all?
Yeah, well, yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah, man.
I don't.
The
really
VHS
don't remember.
tape. That's the whole premise. Is the one doctor that I can't remember the main kid's name. He's really into He's got the VHS store in his bedroom, and one of his favorite tapes is the Sasquatch like hunter dude. And he's coming to town because those group of kids were out in the woods and found the Sasquatch turd. And Zerk was trying to make easy money by making fake Sasquatch propaganda.
Yeah, you're right.
There's one whole big story around Sasquatch. What are you talking about?
It's
all about Sasquatch. The whole movie is about...
Every time I think of the movie, there's 2 things that come to mind.
My bootnicks.
My bootnicks. No, it's the very beginning when they're LARPing,
Dude.
and then when Justin Long is talking to his friend, and I think it's his friend's brother, and he's like, "What are you, some sort of lizard wizard?"
Dude. If we got them
he's talking
fuckers to mate.
Yeah, we're out here saying everything's gonna be spooky, and we're talking about the Sasquatch game.
That movie
Hilarious
deserves
movie,
to be talked about.
deserves to be talked
Watch
about. More
it in
people need to
between the
watch it.
scary movies, okay?
Yeah, if you want something,
If you like
very,
Napoleon
very-
Dynamite at all,
right up
At all?
your alley.
it might as well be the same movie.
Yeah, for real. And then what is it? The kid who played Peter Pan.
Yeah, in the
Isn't
live
it?
action, like 2005. He plays. Yep. He plays Gavin.
Gavin.
That's
That
his
is his name.
Yep.
You're right.
Man.
But Sasquatch Gang, go watch it. It's actually really funny. I don't know if it's available for streaming.
Man,
or
it
not.
was on. I can't remember. I watched it like a year ago on some streaming service. It was
Great movie.
Good time.
Fantastic. Go watch it. But yeah, Sasquatch, Sam Squanch, spotted in the San Juan National Forest, you know.
Right where it
Also,
belongs.
I didn't mention this in the beginning, but I'm having an allergy issue right now, and Jacob is like actually sick.
Was. All right.
Was.
I'm a recovering sicko.
I was gonna say you sound much better. My nose is still just like stuffed. So
I'm on sicko mode 24/7 though.
there you go.
We're good.
Yeah, that's accurate. But so we wanted to talk about some mythical creatures, or I believe in total they're pretty much across the board called cryptids.
Folklore.
Across the board,
Folklore.
creatures. Yeah, creatures.
I like
from,
folklore.
From the
Cryptid sounds too witchy. That
That's
sounds
the point,
way too
sir.
witchy. Well, Sasquatch ain't no witch.
I was just leading with Sam Squanch. All right.
I see how it is.
Oh, Sam Squanch came from Trailer Park Boys. That's where that's from. Oh goodness. All right.
Not really
anyways. Yeah. Talking about Bigfoot leads us into I wanted to talk about, with Jacob still being in Michigan. We are both from there. I'm currently in Louisiana.
You are currently Louisiana.
I'm currently the entire state of Louisiana. If you look up on Google Maps, it's just my face. There is no state. It's just my face. No.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? No, but so there was the first two creatures that I wanted to bring up were I'll lead with the Michigan one. Just, gotta. Because gotta.
Gotta. Get it out of the way. Leave it in the past,
I was actually looking into, because each state in the U.S. has their own cryptid, but Jacob doesn't like it, so they have their own mythical scary creature.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you can call it cryptid. I mean, that's okay.
So Michigan's creature is the Michigan Dogman. All right. The Dogman, it originated, the first quote unquote sighting of the Michigan Dogman was in 1887 in Wexford County, Michigan. So it's not in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, but it is still very northwest is the area. Let me see. The monster was described as a 7-foot tall monster with a dog's head and a torso of a man. All right,
Man.
and somehow people have determined that this thing, because fairy tales, they've determined that the eyes of it are either blue or amber. Don't know how you spot that.
I get it though. I get it.
How?
Because wolves, before they were bred down, they have amber eyes, and huskies have blue eyes. And when people say they have wolves as pets, you tell by their eyes if they're lying or not.
I didn't know that.
Because domesticated wolves don't have yellow eyes. But if they have more of the wolf gene, they will.
So that makes me wonder. We had a cousin. We have a cousin that owned multiple
They're gone
huskies,
now.
and yeah, they just disappeared. No, she had multiple dogs, which I believe one of them was a husky, and it had blue eyes for sure. They were blue.
Yeah.
The other one I can't remember, but I know they weren't blue like this dog.
Dude, there was one of them was mean, bro. He did not
one of them was
like
really mean.
people.
And they just left these dogs, all right? They left them tied to trees in the woods. I just completely forgot about that.
Chained. Weren't they chained?
They may have been chained.
I'm pretty sure they were chained. I remember the jingle jangle of those things moving when I went past the workshop, and that was fear.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Can you imagine you're like walking home one night and you just hear chains?
Dude, I have.
Oh.
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? When we had fires out there? You'd be walking around like, where is everybody? People be hanging out in the workshop, and you'd be walking over there, and you just hear ching, 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 ching.
Pass.
Dude.
That's like the guy from the Scrooge movie. I can't remember his name. You know,
Jacob.
The guy who's all wrapped in chain. Well, all right, there you go. You had that one already.
That was Scrooge's former coworker, like his
assistant.
Wow.
Or maybe
I'm having a stroke.
Maybe it wasn't his assistant.
No,
maybe
dude,
it was his co-partner.
It was,
you know?
his co-partner at the law firm, right? Was it a law firm that he had? Was it a law firm, or was it like a burial?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Scrooge was a butthole, so
nah, dude, Jim Carrey did it right.
Killed it. But back to the topic of the Michigan dog.
Now,
yeah, we're way off track. Back to the Michigan dog, man. The howl of the dogman is described to sound like a human scream. Okay?
Heck yeah.
And there is another animal that makes that sound.
Yeah.
I have... What is... that's a bobcat.
The bobcat.
Right? Okay. And we've talked about it before. We have bobcats up north in Michigan. I have heard them
you've heard
on multiple occasions.
Dad's story about it, right?
No.
When he was younger, I don't know if he was like our age or younger. He and some friends were out, and they heard like a lady screaming, like an old lady. That's what they thought it was, and they went to investigate, and it was a bobcat.
Yeah, hard pass. Yep, hard pass. I don't know if you were there. We were at Dad's house. We were having a fire right behind the house, and
we're hanging out. The story.
It was us. Well, it was me and then a couple other people. Then my dad was inside the house. It was just like a bunch of teenagers, all right. And we heard just a blood curdling scream. Like, I can't even explain it. If you don't know what a bobcat sounds like, just look it up on the internet. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Awful sound.
Yeah, no. It
Awful.
is absolutely horrifying. Do not recommend. Like, yeah, as soon as we heard that, I was like, bobcat, I'm going inside. Even though I don't think a bobcat's really going to mess with you.
I don't know. I've not looked enough into bobcats and their temperament.
That fair point. I don't think I ever told anybody this. I was
secret.
No, it's not really a secret. I don't know. I had to have just gotten my Malibu, and I drove out to our cousin's one night, and as I was going to leave, I'm backing up. I'm pulling out the driveway, and their driveway is long, and it's just a tunnel of trees.
Oh,
okay?
man. It's actually a terrifying driveway to walk down. Dude, all the
It is
driveways around
like,
there are awful.
dead sprint down that driveway. I don't care. If you're on foot at night, it is a full-fledged dead sprint.
From the moment
no
you step
looking
into
back.
the driveway, dude, it feels like somebody's behind you.
It's
their
it's like
driveway and our grandparents. That long winding driveway is even worse, dude.
It just reminds me of...
Oh, dude. Oh, my.
What is it? The Fellowship.
Yeah,
right?
when you look down, dude.
They look down like the Black Rider is coming for
down the farmer's hill on the edge of his property.
Yeah, and then Frodo like looks over and they just like the trees pan in. That's exactly like that is that driveway.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I backed up and I was going to pull out the driveway, and all of a sudden Bobcat just hops out in the middle of the driveway. And it was hanging out, and I was just like,
what do I do?
What's up? Like, I mean, I'm in a car, so I wasn't scared, but I've never seen a big cat in person like that, like out in the wild. Obviously, I've seen it in a zoo or something, not a bobcat, but
right.
Seeing that right there, I'm talking, it was 20 feet away. It was crazy.
That's
and
terrifying,
I didn't realize
dude.
I didn't realize they were that, like, they were they're right next to the house.
Oh yeah, dude.
It was 20 feet away from me, so like I'd say 50 feet away from the house. And we like we've talked about before, we would just go walking in the middle of the night. Like I said,
dude.
Irresponsible. All right.
It was a different time, dude. It was. We did that stuff right before people started caring about their livelihoods.
I guess, yeah, you're right.
It was straight up like, I don't know. We lived in a different world growing up. There weren't.
Yeah.
It was more so of like, if you're gonna go out, don't be stupid, and we all knew that. We all knew when it was like not a good idea to go out.
Not really, because if we walked in the wood, like...
No, but we were smart enough about it. We all knew that area.
That doesn't change the fact that something could pull out the bushes and just
think about
take
it.
you out.
Think about it. Pop spent how long out in those woods by himself?
That's true. That man's he was a trooper.
Trooper, dude. He did not care.
There's no way. Nope. Being in the woods by myself, I'm good.
No thanks.
With people, it was fine.
Well, I mean, riding the 4-wheeler in the woods was fun. I do that by myself all the time until it got sold.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah, that was cool. But no, there were times that I remember one very specific memory. It was during winter. It was the middle of winter. There was a full moon outside, and I was at our cousin's house, and one of our cousins was like, y'all want to go snowshoeing? And it was like 12:30 a.m., and we were just like, let's roll. First time ever snowshoeing. It was crazy because we're walking, like, down from their house, so like past the bonfire, like the fire
like
pit.
The field, right off the edge of the property.
Yeah, that field. We walked through that field in snowshoes, and it was just the craziest thing because it was light outside because
like
of the moon.
5 feet off the ground, considering how deep that.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you took a snowshoe off, you're
sinking,
plunging,
dude. You're disappearing under the moonlight, dude.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Just sucking you into the earth.
I say it's cool, but then like I think about like I don't think I could do it now. I think I would be too afraid.
No,
I
dude,
legitimately think I would be too afraid.
As a kid, my brain would be like, things are gonna start coming out of the snow when I go out there.
Coming out of the
like people will start rising out of the snow and pulling us in if we go out there.
That's it.
That's what my kind of kid brain would think. But nowadays, I'm like, I'll go out. I'll do it.
That is not, my brain works opposite. I think I was just dumb and irresponsible as a kid.
You're just a sissy now, that's all.
Yeah, I pretty much am. But so the Michigan Dogman. I'm gonna go back to this because we're still on the topic of Michigan. Sounds like a human scream. We've determined there is animals in the state of Michigan that do make the scream of a human being. All right, human being,
Bean.
and that would be a bobcat. So apparently, in the first sighting of said dogman, all right, like I said, 1887, it was two lumberjacks who described the thing having a man's body and a dog's head. And this was specifically, it was in Paris, Michigan. There was another situation that happened in Michigan. There's been multiple occurrences of like things happening and they're like, oh yeah, dog man, you know? There was another person that was attacked by 5 wild dogs and said that one of the 5 walked on 2 legs.
Dude, alpha.
Could you?
That's the alpha. That's what they do.
Can you imagine being attacked? You're being attacked by 5 creatures of the night.
No,
all right?
I wouldn't be.
All right.
I'd be dead.
You'd be dead. And the one thing you spot is like you're just getting ravaged by 5 dogs. And one of them, you're like, oh man, dude, you're on 2 feet. Walk.
Yeah, one stands up like, I got next.
Me next. Yeah. But so yeah, there's been multiple sightings since 1887. There was one that happened in 1950. It was in the 1950s in Allegan County. There was another one in Cross Village, Manistee.
Manistee. Man, I'm
19.
Stay away from there.
Yeah. That one happened in like 1976. I tried seeing if I could find anything relatively new, and I really couldn't come across anything. There was one. This is like an actual article you can find online. There was a truck driver in Michigan who was exactly traveling through the Manistee National Forest. All right, and this was a couple years ago. So this, if I do remember so correctly, it was like between 5 to 7 years ago.
Man, that's not that long. That's pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID, so
Hadron Collider starting back up. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Particle Collider did.
Yes.
Weird World 2.0.
Yeah. So this guy, all right, he's driving a truck, and that's my neck of the woods. To anybody who doesn't know, I work in not the trucking industry per se, but I work around big trucks all the time.
Let me put it that way. Trucker.
And this guy's driving a truck through Manistee, and he looks out the side of his window. So he looks out his window, you know, and he sees said dog man.
Oh.
And this man says he's moving 20 to 25 miles an hour. And it's just following him on the side of the truck. All right. An ostrich? Dude. Like, if you don't know, like semi-trucks, big trucks, they do not stand, they're not low to the ground.
No,
especially if you're in the driver's seat, you have to be 4-5 feet off the ground. Okay?
Yeah,
so he's seeing this thing.
At least.
Yeah, at least. And he's seeing this thing out the side of the truck. And he said that he believed it to be about 10 feet tall.
Dude.
All right? He thought it was 10 feet, which would kind of relatively-ish make sense, okay?
Hey, man. Why does it have to be that big, though?
It's fine. If we go back to the episode last week where Mom told the story about the thing she saw crossing the road, she said that thing had to have been 10 plus. She said it was super huge.
Why is that necessary?
It's not. You know, I'm telling you, if I ever see something like that, beam me up, carry on my wayward son.
I better have a good camera.
That's all. Jacob's like, listen, I'm going to be the one that finally
Let's be honest. let's
real
be honest,
evidence.
that's the reason they're making night mode for cell phones. They're tired of the crappy 2
yeah.
pixel quality from every phone ever made. It's like everybody's got an LG from 2006.
Yeah, you're right. So this guy, actually, wait, before I go back to the dog man, did you see? No, wait, all right, nope. I'm gonna go off on a tangent. Nope, I gotta stop myself. So this guy said that he managed to see this thing's teeth. He said they were just crystal clear white, and he said the fangs were about 3 inches long.
Ah, man, I
3
don't know.
inches.
I don't know if I can believe that guy.
Hey,
I want to, but no Wolfman's gonna have crystal white teeth. Dude.
Kristen, you're right.
No Wolfman
just the
ever.
pearly whites.
Dude, find me one person with real teeth that has white teeth.
I mean, you
White,
get fake
like
teeth.
pure white.
You can get white. Bro.
I said with real teeth.
No, fair point. All right, with real teeth, it ain't happening. No.
Well, Wolfman is definitely not next in line for white teeth.
Yeah. So this man, what did he do? Seeing this thing on the side of his truck?
Should have drove into it.
No, he shot it.
No.
He shot it twice.
No.
All right. He said it kind of dipped off,
Silver
into
bullets.
like the ditch. And the guy said he ended up coming to a stop and turning around. And of course, by the time he got back, Dogman was gone.
Dude.
He was gone.
Should've
It
ran
just
him over.
ceased to exist. So that happened. All right. So that is the most recent occurrence that I could find that I came across on the Michigan Dogman. So that one, Michigan, very interesting. I thought it was
I
cool.
see Dogman.
I swear I better not.
I hope
ever.
I see Dogman. So
I
bad.
I don't want to see anything unnatural.
Man.
So on to Louisiana. This is I've heard about this since the very first time I ever came to Louisiana, and
It's that
this
popular?
thing. Oh,
They got one that popular?
I could all right. So like I deal in a line of customer service. I'll say that every single customer that comes through, I could say, "Do you know what this is?" Without a doubt, they know.
That's insane.
It's like a kid's book. Like that's how common it is down here.
Insane.
So parents use it to scare kids. Okay,
Of course. Of course they do. Of course they do. Keep them in line. Obviously.
So, this thing is called the Rougarou. Okay, and
The
fun fact for you. Yeah. So
Sounds like a gun, dude.
It really Ruger, but
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So the name came from, I'm probably gonna butcher this because it is actually French. It's Loup Guru, and it's probably Loup-garou.
Oh, no
in
doubt.
French,
In my
if I had to
mind,
guess.
it is Loup-garou.
It's Loup-garou, and that came from the 16th century in France. Okay.
All right.
What?
Riddle me this.
Huh?
Lou also means toilet.
Yes, indeed, dude.
In the same language.
But it's spelled Loup.
Man, I almost had it. I almost had him.
He's like,
I
it's
almost
the
had
Dookie
him.
monster.
The doo-doo man.
No, so the word loup-garou in French actually it translates to werewolf. That's where it came from. All right. And here parents use it to instill fear into kids who are misbehaving, because the legend has it the beast prowls the swamps.
Oh my
looking
goodness.
looking for misbehaving children. Okay,
Dude, Dude, no wonder why everybody in Louisiana knows it. They're all traumatized.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh
Everybody.
my goodness.
Everybody. So that's one tale of it. Is it the misbehaving children. The other half, the other legend is that the beast hunts down Catholics who don't follow the rules of Lent.
Wow.
Yeah. Wild.
That's not very holy.
That
is straight up demon time.
Yeah. But
better not eat no meat, boy.
I didn't actually look into see if anybody has ever actually seen the Rougarou. Obviously, somebody at some point is going to say they have.
Dude, there's drawings of it.
Oh, well, of course.
There's 100% drawings of it.
Yeah, and it is just like Michigan. It is described as having the body of a man and the head of a wolf or a dog.
He's a traveling man. He's a traveling man, dude.
Yeah.
Lord,
yeah. Don't do it. But
that's
so back in France, way back in the ye old days, you know what I'm saying? The
wee
old days.
The wee old days.
The wee old days. Je m'appelle Eli. No. So back in the
doo-doo man.
Doo-doo man. All right. So back in France, they use basically like any occurrence of. So we're talking 16th century, 1500s. Okay. If there was any sort of really bad occurrence that happened, whether it be like somebody got mauled or somebody's house was ransacked, they would use it as an excuse to blame the Lougarou. Yeah.
And man.
Not only that. Okay. So
they bought
back
it,
then,
didn't they?
No. So they would. So let's say. Wait. Let's say somebody's house got ransacked. Okay, and you're thinking it's the 1500s. Houses are probably not commonplace. There's people living out in the woods. They built a stick hut, type deal, and somebody's house got ransacked. Okay, and so the people of like a town. What would they do? They would go just take somebody who lived in the woods.
No.
They would just go pick them up, all right? And it would either be in the woods or it could just be somebody that is a part of said village that was just acting weird.
Dude.
And they would hold them on public trial as a Lougarou. They would just
way.
Random person. They would just blame him.
Is this like almost in the same realm as a skinwalker then? Is just...
I mean, yeah, basically. Well, not really, because they would just pick some random person. They just pick some random person.
That's a bummer for them. Guess you shouldn't live in the woods.
Just don't live in the woods. Moral of the story, don't live in the woods.
Uniformity.
Yeah, like...
Become one of us. Or be Wolfman.
Crazy, yeah. So I did find it kind of interesting that Michigan's Dogman and the Rougarou share something in common. I mean, they're the same thing.
Yeah, they are literally the same thing.
Yeah. So that was just some interesting...
though, think about it.
Huh.
A lot of French people live up north.
Oh, Canada. And a lot of French people in Louisiana.
Oh, man.
Ooh. Wild. But he says, ooh. The thing I almost went off track about was, so did you see what Ring is doing?
No. Like the movie The Ring, or like
no. Oh, the company.
The company, like the camera company?
Yeah, like the home security company.
Oh yeah, I did. Yes, I did. I did.
So if you're living under a rock at this point, Ring is offering a $1 million reward for anybody that catches what, Jacob? Aliens! Yeah, an alien on camera. They're offering $1 million to anybody who can catch an alien on camera.
Sign me
That's
up.
wild.
Sign me up.
Go buy a ring.
Dude, I'm going to build a shack out in the middle of nowhere and do a rain dance. Or an alien dance. An alien dance.
There you go.
In the style of a rain dance. And
It'll
hopefully,
work, you know. Yep.
I'll set up
That's
a weird
fine.
satellite that just plays certain frequencies. And
Yeah, there you go.
spin with my arms out like I'm trying to be a UFO.
What?
Hopefully that'll bring them to me.
There
with
you go.
my ring
I think it'll work.
camera. And then I'll be a millionaire.
Yeah.
It's only going to cost my sanity.
Now, what happens if you caught Bigfoot on camera? Would they still give you? Would they give you the $1 million? It'd be like, no, that's not an alien, dummy. That's Bigfoot. Like,
oh man,
wrong thing.
Hey,
I mean,
buddy,
it's still pretty
we
cool.
understand. It's cool. Hey, buddy, that's not our guy.
That's not our guy. Yeah, could you imagine that?
It's not me, man. Just Bigfoot talking.
Turns out, guess what? Bigfoot's been an alien the entire time. You know, it's fine.
Unzips the suit. It's just two of those little aliens they found in Mexico.
Yeah.
on a freaking hoverboard, dude. On one of those rolly hoverboards. This is why they don't have joints. That's why Bigfoot's arms just like sway. They don't actually bend. Dude, we're connecting dots that shouldn't be connected.
This is crazy. They're
going to take us out.
I was going to say, FBI, they're coming. It's done. Like, it's over.
They're too busy.
They're too busy looking for aliens.
Dude. You never know, I guess.
Yeah. So,
dude. We got to talk about aliens sometime. Woo!
I mean, we did kind of talk about aliens.
But there's so much more. There's more.
There's a lot. There's a lot more. So
I've got so many weird things to talk about now. Oh man.
We can dedicate at some point. It's probably going to be past the Halloween time, but we can dedicate an episode to just aliens. Right?
Man.
Area 52 incoming.
Oh. No.
But,
clip of me Naruto running into Area 51.
Oh no, absolutely not. But so that was the two main creatures that I wanted to talk about, just because, like I said, we were both from Michigan. I'm currently in Louisiana. I thought it'd be cool to touch on those. I said though, there are 50 states, and you can look up maps, and it'll tell you which creature belongs, quote unquote, to each state. So that's kind of cool. If you want to get spooked out, go look at that. Very interesting.
How many states have a dog man?
Yeah, and connect the dots from there. But so I have another list of it is more mythical creatures. It's from around the world though. So there was just a couple that I wanted to touch on, because some of these are like, they're crazy. And I'm gonna butcher the names of them. I'm sorry. Some of these the names are gonna be destroyed because I'm ignorant and cannot speak another language. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just dumb. There, you know.
It happens.
So the first one that caught my eye is called it's either Aswang or an Aswang. All right,
I hope it's from the second.
Yeah, hopefully not. It's from the Philippines, and this thing, it is a shape-shifting monster that devours what? Devours what?
What?
Unborn babies.
Oh, what? What?
He says what?
Dude.
Yeah.
I was so not ready for the unborn part. I expected babies, but not unborn babies.
Yeah. So that
they finna love Texas, that's for sure.
Yeah, for real. I didn't know this. Jacob mentioned this one prior to us recording this today. He mentioned a banshee, and I didn't know that it's from Ireland.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I believe that's I don't know if it's banshees or not, but I believe that's where the jack-o'-lantern came from.
Oh, no. I can tell you where the jack-o'-lantern
We've got
came
a story about a jack-o'-lantern. Here we go.
I know. So jack-o'-lanterns did come from Ireland.
I know that. There was a Gaelic tradition, wasn't it? Or a Celtic tradition?
I do.
They speak Gaelic.
Celtic. No, of course, that's the language. So, I believe I can't remember the exact set of circumstances, but I think it was when they left Ireland. They like where they settled at was not so the pumpkins weren't readily available. I think no, it wasn't pumpkins. It was in Ireland. That's what it was. In Ireland. Listen, this is it. I remember.
Potatoes were really hard to come by, so they had a
shut up, Jacob.
In case you weren't aware, called the potato famine. Lots died, many survived. Lots of fish at the end of the day.
So in Ireland, they had turnips, and they would. I don't know if it was during some sort of celebration in the Halloween time frame. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Mabon.
But they would carve turnips. They would carve turnips out, and they would take the ashes, the charcoal or the coal from the bonfire they had in celebration of said holiday-ish, and they would put it in the turnip as a means of like a light source to walk home in the dark. Fun fact for you. And when they left, it was when they left Ireland, and I can't remember where it was they relocated to. It may have been the Americas at that point. I doubt it. I can't remember where it was, but where they migrated to, turnips really weren't readily available. Pumpkins were. So then they switched it to pumpkins. And that's where jack-o'-lanterns came from.
I swear I've heard a different story.
I'm telling you.
I swear I've heard a different story.
I might be wrong, but I know I just found this out.
We're not Irish enough.
We're not Irish enough. I mean, we actually really, we're a quarter.
No.
That's pretty hefty, dude.
Are we genuinely
100%.
though?
Took a DNA test, unless 23andMe's lying to me.
Man,
quarter.
That's crazy.
Quarter, yeah. So, the back to that. That's actually really interesting. I completely forgot about that. I'm happy you brought that up.
Good topic. But yeah, man, I bring the ideas. I'm the idea man.
I'm just here to talk. That's it.
Give him a mic.
So I didn't know, that banshees came from Ireland. And it is, of course, I know a lot of people know what banshees are, but it's a female spirit that heralds the death of a loved one with chilling and relentless shrieks. All right?
That's wild. That is wild.
Pass. All right, pass. But I do have another one from Ireland. All right, hear me out. That is also very fitting for this month. And I'm going to butcher the name of it.
Oh, no.
It's a Dallahan?
Ah, man.
And listen to this. It is a headless rider that uses a human spine as a whip.
Brother.
Ready? If one stops riding next to you and calls out your name, you die instantly. Toast. Guess what? Haven't you ever seen Sleepy Hollow?
Yep.
Wild. I mean, he doesn't have a spine whip, but a pumpkin head he'll throw at you. So there's that. So I thought that was kind of fitting for this month.
Dude, Ireland's got crazy stuff. The dude who made Dracula had a place there. That's where he died, I believe.
What?
Like the story of Dracula?
No, he was in what? Jacob, Pennsylvania.
No, I'm not talking about like the actual source. I'm talking
Vlad the
about
Impaler?
no, I'm not talking about the actual source. I'm talking about the Dracula we know today. The guy who wrote
What Dracula do we know today?
I think it's Bram. Bram, what's his name? Stoker?
It's definitely Stoker, by the way. It is Bram Stoker. It's not Stroker, it's Stoker.
Stroke of genius
Confirmed.
coming up with that story, I'll tell you what.
Fun fact, just throwing that in there because we talked about it. We did just
Bonus
middle of the
clips.
week last week. We added here on the podcast we added an extra list of a couple horror movies that you can go listen to if you want to switch it up a bit. And we did talk about Bram Stoker. Yeah.
Yeah, stroke of luck, stroke of genius, whatever you want to say.
It works. So that I thought that guy was pretty cool. The Dallahan.
Yeah, that's wild.
I'm butchering it. I know I'm butchering it, but it is
Oi,
really
the
cool.
Dallahan. You
Yeah.
just gotta say it like that, and it sounds normal.
People know about this one, okay? Well, maybe not everybody, but the Wendigo.
Oh,
Horrifying creature, especially if you Fandango. Go watch a movie. All right. But that apparently comes from Algonquin. I don't know where Algonquin. No. Don't take it the wrong way. Because I was about to say I don't know where said or it's from a culture, the Algonquin. Is that native?
I'm ignorant.
Same, but there's actually an Algonquin in Michigan. That's what I'm positive. That's what you were thinking of.
Maybe. I thought it sounded familiar is all. So
yeah. So the Wendigo, it is a cannibalistic monster that at one point possibly could have been human until it was starved and
that is native.
Drove into madness.
Dude.
Pass.
Is it the Wendigo?
Yeah, the Wendigo.
That is so native. Dude, don't you remember watching Lost Tapes as a kid?
No.
You don't remember Lost Tapes?
No.
Oh my gosh. We used to watch it all the time. And the Wendigo was on there. And also, Outlast has doesn't Outlast have the Wendigo in it?
I can't remember, being honest.
I'm pretty sure they called the big bad thing in the very first Outlast.
Oh, at the end.
Yeah.
The thing at the end was called the... Was it? Yeah, it was. It was.
I think it was called the Wendigo.
Man,
yeah, call back. Outlast.
Yeah, he's like, throw it back. The last one I wanted to talk about, because this is also a very commonly known mythical creature, is the chupacabra, which originated apparently in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It is the way they explain it here is it is a heavy spiked creature that moves fast and feeds gruesomely on livestock blood.
Dude.
All right.
Heck yeah.
I'm telling you, I ever see one of those things, it's over. Wrap it up. Bye-bye. See you later. I'm gone.
Speaking of the chupacabra, did you know that
Chupacabrage.
in Undead Nightmare, one of the challenges is to actually hunt the chupacabra?
I did know that. Yeah, that's actually really cool.
We didn't talk about Undead Nightmare. It just dawned on me. If you like Rockstar games and you just like maybe might like cowboys and zombies, play Undead Nightmare.
That was the greatest piece of DLC that Rockstar has ever.
That was one of the best DLCs ever made. I don't care what anyone has to say.
Hands down. Yeah.
It just got a new port. I'm not calling it a remaster. That's a lie.
It got a new port.
It just got 60 FPS upgrade on the PS5. I think that's it though. It's out on the Switch too.
Yeah, it is out on the Switch.
It's been out on the Xbox for like 6 years. It's okay.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. So is GTA 4. It's fine.
I got to go back and play that because it was really good for like a zombie.
Man, it was so good. In the end,
I don't think I ever finished it. I'm being honest.
You're disgusting. You're despicable.
Still haven't played a Red Dead Redemption 2, so it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, leading into the next topics of choice, I mentioned this right before we started recording today, and Jacob didn't know about this. So
I might. Honestly, I might. I lived a long life already. I've been all over. I've been on Reddit. I've seen things on Reddit, and I'm
yeah,
sure
all
I've
right.
come across this.
So to anybody that doesn't know Reddit, it's just a forum board which people you can create. You can go take part in conversation. There's boards that
It's like
pertain to specific topics,
Pinterest,
and
but blog style.
but yeah, blog style. That's a good way to put it. It really is. But so there is a board on Reddit called the No Sleep board. And if you ever want to get scared, okay,
Watch me.
just go down the rabbit hole that is the No Sleep board on Reddit. Oh man, there was one thing on that board in particular that I will remember for the rest of my life. It is called, this is so bad, it's called the Three Kings ritual. All right.
Mm.
And there is like the person who made up this idea, this thing, that because a lot of people try to claim this stuff is actually happened, or it's a thing you can actually do. But so the Three Kings ritual was, you have a specific time frame where you have to like wake up at a specific time, light a candle, and sit yourself in a chair with a mirror, a mirror on each of your peripherals, so your left and your right side. And I can't remember if one sits directly across from you or if it's behind you. And basically, when you're trying to get out of bed, light the candle, make it to said seat in a specific time frame. If the candle goes out, do not go sit in the chair. If like anything bad happens up to you getting into that chair, do not commit to sitting in the chair.
Dude,
That's how like
I think I've seen a movie with this plot.
maybe. And like the whole thing is, when you sit in the chair, all you have is a candlelight to see, and apparently you'll start seeing some stuff
I'm
in
pretty
the
sure
mirrors
I've seen a movie with this
out
plot.
your peripherals. But you're never supposed to look at the mirrors. Do not look at the mirrors, all right? And
Terrifying.
Yeah, people.
Oh man,
because
I want to look
multiple
so
people,
bad.
yeah, multiple people have contributed to that story in particular, and it's actually really cool. So if you want to get scared, go to the No Sleep board on Reddit. It's actually really cool. Really cool. If you're into scary stuff. If not, I wouldn't recommend a child go looking at that because it will scar them. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
There was one, I
Watch
remember,
me.
I read one where it was somebody created a post about like something in their house was following them in the house. They ended up locking themselves in a room, and I think it was a bathroom, and they were over like an actual real life time frame updating the board, which is such a good way to just like actually bring a realness to it. I mean, it was probably fake.
No
probably
doubt.
fake,
No doubt.
but
No
such
doubt.
a good way. Can you imagine? You're like, you got all these people looking at this story you just posted, and you're currently hiding in a bathroom, and these people are like, what's going on? Oh my goodness, are you all right? And then like 20 minutes later, you're like, I'm still hearing the noises. It tried to get through the door.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And then an hour later, you update the board again, and you're saying some wild stuff like, that's cool. I think that's cool.
Lucky posting that on Reddit. Somebody didn't like trace where they were.
Yeah, right?
Reddit is the worst place to put like a live thing like that, because somebody
for sure
will find out where you live.
Yeah, for real. It was really cool though. So the No Sleep board on Reddit. If you're into scary stuff, suggest it.
I've got
I believe
I've got a
What you
couple
got?
scary things to talk about.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. For once, I got something to talk about that I'm really interested in. Um, a couple of scary YouTube channels that I've been interested in for a long time. Shout out to Timmy for putting me on to Mr. Ballin. He's got like scary stories on YouTube.
And what actually is it? Because I know you when we last visited, you showed us a couple videos, but and you briefly explained it, but what is like the purpose? What is his channel about?
He's a storyteller. That's all he is. He finds like legit stories with actual occurrences and finds the evidence to back everything up. And just he does like a lot of true crime now, but he used to do stories like paranormal stuff, and it was like true occurrences, people's stories and whatnot. There's just a lot of really interesting, weird stuff on that channel.
That's sick. Like
It's
and
really
and
good.
and, and you're saying the stories are supposed to have been like real things that have happened to people. So
Oh
like kind of
yeah.
like what we did with Mom and Riley.
Yeah, he doesn't have like interviews or anything. He tells their story.
And he does a really good
He
job.
does a
I've like
really, really good
I've
job.
only seen like 2 or 3 videos, and it's all the stuff you've showed me. But
Man, they're so good.
he does a very very good job at it just instilling not fear, but it is fear,
It's just
but
an
it's like
eeriness that a lot of it has.
it's the fear in which your spine tingles, you
It's
know,
it's like
that.
someone telling you a story around a campfire at night. That's what
Yeah,
that's the kind of vibe it has.
out here looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, straight up. Straight up. And
Yeah.
the other channel I wanted to mention is one that I just recently got into. Well, not recently, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Oh no.
Since anyways, I can't stop it.
This is what happens when you get the floor, Jacob.
Dude. The next one was the Overnight Channel. That one is made and hosted by a guy named Elton, and he takes his friends through like just paranormal haunted places. Recently they're doing like the Conjuring Museum, where all of that paranormal stuff is, with like Annabelle and all the stuff you see in the Conjuring movies is there. And
I'm surprised they let them do that.
they do ghost hunting. Oh, and the people that run that place, like they back them up. They say they're legit and everything. But they're just younger dudes investigating, going
ghost hunting
head first. Dude, man, one of their most recent videos is so cool though, because there's so many things that people go ghost hunting with now. Like so many things. Like they have these things called cat balls, which are little like they look like bouncy balls, but they light up when they're physically moved. They've got stuff like that now. They still use EVPs.
Of course.
But they use like spirit boxes too. If you ever watch Ghost Adventures, dude, it's basically that, but on YouTube. But I like it more.
Real. No,
It feels more real and entertaining to watch personally.
Still loved Ghost Adventures, so I don't care.
Man,
Loved it.
my
Not
name
currently.
is Zach Baggins. I never believed in ghosts until I came face to face with one.
Yes, I love it, dude. But yeah. So you just showed me who these guys were because we were talking about a comedian, right? That's who we were talking about. Was
they
a comedian?
also go ghost hunting with Matt Rife. If you know, everybody knows who Matt Rife is now.
I mean, I knew who he was, not by name,
Wildin' Out.
but apparently
Wildin'
yeah.
Out. That's all I knew him from.
I've seen a couple videos from Overnight, and it's hilarious. What makes it cool is exactly what Jacob's saying. It's just some regular dudes.
It feels like ghost hunting with your friends. That's what that's the vibe it gives off.
And that would, in that situation, that would be me. I'd be pooping myself. I would be the one wanting a bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
That's going to protect me from nothing. Like,
dude, it's fun stuff. And it's interesting. It's very interesting. And it kind of
then
really drowns out the weird, like, creepy feeling ghosts give because of a lot of the
yeah,
stuff they encounter.
it gives it a more lightheartedness
A more
because they're
human
able
feel
to
to it, I guess. I don't
yeah,
know.
instead of being real serious and
Doors swinging
try
open.
hard hunters. Yeah.
What was that? Way down at the other end of the building.
Yeah.
Let's
Way
run.
Yeah. So kind of, talking about the way they do paranormal investigations and how it's on YouTube, so it's filmed. There actually is this one's cool. There is a guy on Twitch who he, as far as I know, I could be wrong. Please don't stone me. But as far as I know, he's the first person to he has live streamed multiple paranormal investigations from and he does it with a ton of cameras. His name on Twitter, it's DTune.
Oh, I feel like I've heard of this guy.
Yeah, it's like DETUNE, DTune, and he live streams actual investigation. He's still doing it, and he's done. I think he's done multiple this month because it being October.
Spooky
so he's
time.
done multiple. If you want to go back and see previous investigations, I don't know if they're VODs on Twitch or if he has them on YouTube, but still really cool. The idea behind it, I like it. I think it's really cool.
What's with nobody saving VODs nowadays?
Yeah, you don't need them. Throw them in the garbage.
Nobody saves VODs anymore.
It's because if you have a VOD that has copywritten material in it,
you can get a strike, can't you? Or get your channel taken down? Dang.
That's why everybody deletes their VODs.
Dang.
So, on that note, is there anything else you want to talk about, or are we gonna wrap this up the old-fashioned 31 days of horror way?
Haha, yeah.
All right. We're adding to the list, baby.
Heck,
you know what I'm saying?
Get the
adding
paper
to the list.
and pen out.
You best come correct. This week, it's all about what,
or get
Jacob?
The feather and ink. It's all about the classics.
Classics. The bone chillers.
The bone chillers.
So, if you had to pick straight off the top, absolute Halloween era classic, what would it be?
Just because of the people I know, Scream. I have to be the one to mention this one. I have to.
He says I can't take the L on this one.
Yeah.
How many Scream movies are there now?
6.
No, nine.
6. I know for a fact. Actually, there could be 7, but I think it's 6.
He says I know for a fact, but there could.
It's a fact in my opinion. There's 6.
There's a ton of Scream movies, and those are great. You going back to the very first Scream movie with Matthew Lillard, and that's where he popped off was Scream movies. That's where he first got that was his first big role was Scream. Yeah. Oh, I forgot that she was in that.
Oh man. Oh, we just had this conversation. Who? Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox, yep. Who plays the deputy?
Dewey? I can't remember his name. Yeah. Can't remember his name. Saved my life. Shout out to that guy.
Shout out to the guy. He was also a big actor at one point.
Yeah. Man, wasn't he a wrestler at one point? Dude. It'll come to me.
You literally just sounded like Johnny Bravo.
One second, baby.
So Scream, pick if you want to watch we've said this is that these movies, some of them have multiple movies. We're not trying to say you better watch all of them because that is a ton of movies. I mean, if that's up your alley,
I'm back to tell you it's David Arquette.
Yes, indeed.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So we're not saying go watch the entire series of it, but we at least want to mention
the first 3.
I mean, I'm not even saying for Scream, I would say for sure.
For Scream, at least watch the first 3. Yeah.
The next movie I want to talk about, which is like it's the origins of zombies.
Yeah.
It is where they started. This is it.
Man, were they trash.
You can't. It's Night
I
of the
can
Living
and I
Dead.
will.
Night of the Living Dead.
It's
okay.
Night of the Living Dead.
If you haven't seen, so George Romero didn't come up with the idea of zombies, but he
the Bible has it, dude.
Well, yeah, no, but I'm saying as far as I know, he came up with like the on-screen
the horror zombie style thing, dude. He was the first one to put it on film.
Crazy. I mean, it is a good movie. Night of the Living Dead is really cool. In the end, sucks, but I'm not saying it's bad, but it just sucks. All right. And I'm not gonna say what happens at the end because you gotta go watch the movie to find out. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, if you can find it somewhere, go right ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if that's streaming anywhere either.
That's that's like, I feel like it should, but you know what?
That's 100%. It's one of those movies that you could go to Walmart and in the bins, you know what I'm saying?
The bins.
The rummage. Those
$5 bins.
Yeah, the $5 bins, which are like $10 bins now. It's probably in there because it's Halloween, you know?
God bless the economy.
What's another movie you would say?
The Exorcist is one that I've really always liked.
Horrifying. And not only horrifying, for when it came out, The Exorcist came out. Was it? I think it was probably the 70s.
I think it was the late 60s, actually.
Late 60s. Oh, yes, indeed. But they're coming. Did you see the trailer for the new one?
Dude, yeah.
Horrifying.
It looks
bone chillers.
Bone chiller.
Yeah, no, the new Exorcist movie actually looks wild.
Dude, 1973?
I thought it was the 70s. I thought so.
Man, I had high hopes.
Boy. Yep. But The Exorcist, that's like we said, because I'm going to end up saying it 30 times. Classic. All right? The Exorcist. Come on.
Branching off of that, there's a couple other Exorcist movies that are also kind of good.
Like what?
I don't know if we have it in mind at all, but I do. And it's The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Oh, okay. So that one in specific is horrifying because that's based on like an actual thing.
That one is crazy. That one is crazy, dude.
Oh my goodness. If you don't, oh my good Lord. If you don't know, go
watch it. That's one that's like, I don't know. It's unnerving at times.
Because it happened.
Yeah.
That movie
legit happened.
That movie is one of those movies where it's like based off a true story and like you can go do research on it and it was bad. It was bad. That was a good one. Yeah, that really was.
Obviously not all elements of it are true, but
of course. Yeah.
The main plot. Oh,
another based on a true story. Very, 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 very loosely. It's also a classic. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Hey, oh man. That's a wild one.
that's a wild one.
I just had a thought about the first time I saw it. And it popped into my head. That's all. My 11-year-old brain was like,
No, yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, fantastic. I mean, the movies are great. They once again throwing the word out. They're classics. It's the Halloween time those you have to watch those. You know?
I didn't mention it, but
what?
the basis of Scream is actually a true story.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, it was a college campus that some dude was going around killing people. I believe it was college campus. Yeah, Mr. Ballin talks about it on his YouTube channel.
Shout out Mr. Ballin. Go check it out.
Ballin is in Ballen.
Oh yeah, probably should have specified that because he does spell it weird.
Well, it's his name. It's B. Allen. It's middle initial and last name.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, very, very, very
Wild.
It shouldn't even wild, but should not be like the phrase based on a true story shouldn't even be connected to it.
Yeah,
But,
true.
the movies are fantastic. Leatherface is a bananas character. Yeah, sweet. I'm a very big fan. Yeah, of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series. What else you got on the plate?
Dude, Poltergeist.
Unnerving.
Another, unnerving movie.
Like, I would say for us, it wasn't, but for the people in the time in which the movie came out, apparently it was just a wild thing. Like, it may as well have been like along the lines of Paranormal Activity or Blair Witch,
Well,
you
that's
know?
probably, that was a big ghost movie. That was
And
just
the
a
little girl.
big ghost movie.
They're here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't need to know what you're
Poltergeist,
saying,
cool.
but I do.
Yeah. Poltergeist is great. Absolutely. That's I'm not saying the word again. I'm not saying it again. I'm not. Next movie I want to bring up, because there was something very in specific that I wanted to talk about,
Yeah.
is Halloween. Okay.
Oh, yeah, man.
There's a million Halloween movies. There's Michael Myers, fantastic, yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. Michael Myers is such a well-made character. Like, I'm not saying backstory wise, but like, could you imagine
No.
you just walking
No.
and you see some dude in a mask and a jumper with he doesn't even need the knife. He doesn't even need the knife.
I'm out.
Just staring at me?
Dude,
Oh, goodbye.
It's throwback to the clowns of 2018.
It literally. Type beat. But the reason I wanted to talk about Halloween, so you have the originals that were back in it may have been late 70s, early 80s. You had those, and then you had like Rob Zombie remade the Halloween movies, and I don't know if you've probably seen it, but Halloween 3 in specific, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what I'm about to say about this. So
it's been a while since I've seen the series.
Halloween 3 has nothing to do with Michael Myers. It was like a I can't remember if it was a radio broadcast or if it was a TV broadcast, and it was like gonna brainwash people. It had literally nothing to do with Michael Myers whatsoever. It was still really cool, and the people that made the first two Halloween movies basically were like, yeah, we're not going to make another Halloween movie unless you let us do what we want to do with it. We do not want Michael Myers in it. We want to create a completely new idea.
Why?
That way we can turn the series into basically anything to do with the Halloween. It was basically anything to do with the Halloween time.
Dude, that's trash.
And apparently, apparently,
trash.
In the new Halloween movie, they had a throwback to Halloween 3, in which there are a couple very specific masks in Halloween 3, and they actually had them in the new Halloween movie. So I thought that was really cool.
That's cool.
Yep,
that's a good callback.
What we got? What's the wrap it up, boy?
You talking Friday the 13th and that whole spiel?
Yup.
That whole spiel? The whole family of killers?
And then what, along with Friday the 13th, what actually exists in the same realm?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. So we did talk about this one because we went through a very long list. We still have a ton of movies we haven't talked about, so we're gonna try to keep doing the little bonus clips to give you guys more movies.
We're 15 over and we're still talking about them.
Yeah, we're killing it. All right,
We're killing the game.
Ooh, Halloween, you know,
Ain't the
but
same. You know the name.
yeah, the reason behind us kind of putting these two together was you have to. It was a huge moment for horror movies because it was a crossover that nobody saw coming.
Yeah.
Freddy and Jason. Come on.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Banana and honey.
I mean, I don't have any other combos.
But if you haven't seen Freddy vs. Jason, go watch it.
Everybody's seen it. Everybody knows it. It's a classic. We gotta talk about it.
Everybody knows Friday the 13th, the hockey mask. Everybody knows who Jason is.
Everybody's got a hockey mask and a machete.
Everybody's got a hockey mask. Yeah, and a machete. It's fine. Nightmare on Elm Street, you got Freddy.
Everybody's got
the knife fingers.
Scars.
Scars. Yep.
Wanna know?
It's and the idea of Freddy is horrifying, just haunting you in your dreams.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's a good way to never sleep as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Freddy's, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, you better shut the door.
Oh man.
5, 6, I
Pick
can't
up
remember
sticks.
the rest.
I don't know.
So I was about to say pickup sticks.
No, man, we're definitely related, hey?
Yep.
And on that note, I say we call it.
Yeah, that's the list of the movies for this week. And that's gonna wrap up this.
Wrapping it up.
This is the 6th episode of 2 Degrees of Separation. Hope you guys are enjoying everything. Follow us on the socials. It's at the number 2 DOF Separation. Everywhere, like we've said before.
Everywhere.
We got Twitter, which is X now. I'm sorry.
No.
Instagram, Threads, TikTok. We upload on YouTube, man. Come on. We're everywhere.
We got on Apple now.
We've been on Apple.
Yeah, but we haven't talked about. I don't think we've mentioned.
We haven't talked about. We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. Google Podcast died.
It's not dead yet, but it is dying. So YouTube music, I think, is what it's going to be moving to. And then you can listen to us on Amazon. You can listen to us everywhere. Everywhere. So
and if you put on headphones, you can legitimately listen to us anywhere.
Anywhere. But if you're enjoying the podcast, why not give us, subscribe to the podcast. Follow us on the Spotify.
Rate 5 stars.
You better give us 5 stars.
I'll give you a high five.
That's that's a deal. I don't know if it's a good one, but hey.
I don't wash my hands.
Oh no.
I do, but I won't.
There
if you prefer it that way.
Yep.
Spit shake even.
Oh no. That's not a high five.
I'm offering another option. If they don't want a high five, low five even.
I won't argue. But I believe that wraps it up for this week. I don't want to go out on a really awkward note this week, so we've been doing it every week. I just want to thank the people that have contributed to the podcast, given us stories that have actually, our mom and our sister, they've been on the podcast. Anybody that's actually listening to the podcast, because we're just 2 dudes from the middle of nowhere talking about just anything and everything. Yeah. And so I believe coming from both of us, we both really appreciate it. Wherever you are in the world, you like being heard. Everybody talks.
Everybody.
So wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, and I would say good night.
Don't turn the lights off.